Hey guys, so for those of you who haven't watched the last few tutorials, I've been doing the entire alphabet in like letter form, spray painting, sort of like graffiti style, but a bunch of different styles too. Now we are up to JKL. First one was like standard graph, second one was like bubble lettering, third one was like straight letters, and this one's going to be sort of like a combination of them, a bit of like a throwy style. It's a three-step process. You can add on whatever you want from there. But the 3 steps are basically sketch, fill, and then outline. So let's just get stuck right on into it. So I'm doing JKL. So let's do, we got the top sort of bar of our letter. Let's go down the bottom. And let's just make it sort of like super fun style. K, we'll sort of do throwy, stylish. Right, so we go like this, chuck our bottom on the K. Let's do like a funky L, hey? Down here, let's make it wobbly. So there we go, it's how quick you can get a sketch up. The most important thing here is the caps that you'll be using. Today I have a cream skinny and I have a New York fat. These are great for small to like medium sized stuff. Yorkers, these New Yorkers are good for just about anything. So if you're painting larger scale, go for that. If you're painting smaller scale, these are great too. But if you actually want to learn like the ins and outs of these 100%, jump onto my other videos, and I spend a lot more time chatting about them, what they do, and you can see the output that they get. In this one, we're going to do a fade, and we're going to go from one color to the next. So basically purple to whatever other color we pick. Here's the most important thing, like fill a little bit further, because let's say if I want to fade blue into this purple, I need a section where it's actually going to use that gradient. If I just go to the middle, it means the next color that comes in, it pushes too far down. So go over halfway, just a little bit. We're going to do it just like this. When it comes to filling as well, what you want to do is you want to go on the outside first and then fill it in, just like that. Outside first, then fill it in. That'll make it nice and easy, especially if you're newer to painting. Outside first, fill it in. Same thing here. Gives you that smooth exterior line. Like I said, this is about halfway at the moment, but I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to pull it up here. Just a bit, So then I got something to fade into. And this top of the J, I'm actually going to like maybe chuck a different color. I might put like a dot on the other side just to complement it, so don't have to worry too much about that. But let's grab our fade color, fade down like this, and I move my can along. There you go, instant fade. And you can clean that up, make it look nicer, which I will do. But I'll just start like this and then just fill in that top section. Sick, got a little fade. Let's chuck some here. Make it look a little smoother. And because I want to tie this in, I'll chuck one at the end. Why not? Like a full stop. So that, okay, so there we go. We got our sketch, we got our fill. I added that extra little technique there, so for your fades. And then now I'm going to outline. For all of my other outlines, I've used a black, but for this, just to mix it up, let's just go with like a punchy white. Really make it sort of bright. One line at a time. So we're just going to get real funky with the line work. And then we'll clean it up at the end. So we got the K here. And then we got our little L. Make it wobbly. Full stop at the end. So at this point, it's going to look pretty dismal. You know, you got the little drips here and there. You can sort of clean it up. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to just chuck a bubble 3D on this, because it is sort of a bubbly, throwy style. To do that 3D, you got to picture a sun's coming from a certain area. I'm going to picture it's coming from the right-hand side. So all my 3D is going to be left. An easy way to do this, if you want to have a cheat code, is to do all lines in the same direction at the same sort of length, like this. So it never goes like longer, it's always the same. And then you basically follow the letter on the outside, like this, and that's the way you can create 3Ds. But for me, I'm just gonna do it freehand so I don't bore you. I want you guys to like get the most out of this, not for me to just chit chat and be those standard tutorials that just are boring. So I'm gonna be pretty quick. And then we just fill this in. One thing to remember though is you have the insides of your letters, so don't forget those. But because this is sort of like, it's all meshing in as one singular thing, I'm gonna grab a dark color and I'm gonna go around the lines again, and it'll sort of just like add a little bit of depth to the piece. Try to go around the outsides without going over your other colors too much. And then to tie it all in together, let's just chuck a line around the outside of the whole thing. So this is basically called like a key line. Let's just chuck some dots in. Fun thing for dots maybe is you do 3 dots, one big, one medium, one small. So if you see this, if I do one big one, one medium, one small, it just adds like a variation. So, you know, you don't stick to the same dot pattern. Otherwise it turns out to look more like a pattern rather than like something that's abstract and bubbling out. So do different dot widths as you go. And just to add something else, it's going to make this look real abstract. It's not going to be clean at all. It already isn't. But I'm going to add fades in these areas, and it'll sort of give it this like weird technique. So this will show you how you can sort of point in different directions too. So if I want to fade this way, I want to angle this way, just like I did from the top. So if I add a fade like this, and you'll notice I'm like twisting my wrist so it's facing towards me. And you can get like fades on everything, just that. And because this is already wacky, let's go like, this is almost like an anti-style piece. It's so weird. Let's sort of make it look intentionally wacky and weird. Have fun with it, right? So let's do some spirals and shit like that. So let's do a little. Add a little point to the bottom. And would you look at that? I guess this is what happens when you try to do multiple different styles out of the entire alphabet. I got to break this down into 9 different styles. So this is this one. Bit of a throwy thing. Hopefully you learn a little bit about the techniques. The next letters we're going to be doing will be M, N, O. And the style we're going to be taking with that one is like fully connected. So they're all together as like one singular shape. So let's just jump into that one. I'll show you those other techniques. And if you want to learn the ones before this, jump into those other videos, but I will catch you on the next one.